Okay, good. Now I think may I figure out how that something here work. You know, may I say may I figure out how the camera work. Okay. Alright. Good. Alright. Anyway, I'm gonna make some I'm gonna put some Nutella on the bread and call it a day because I have nothing else in it to eat. And I have to check your bread if it has no mold on it, isn't it? Nutella. I need to bring you guys closer to me. Would I prefer the camera look down upon what me I do, but it ain't gonna follow my face. Me still have to figure out how to work the camera still, so bear with me. You know, I don't really know how the vlog people do it, but me I do my best. You see me? So I'm gonna eat some Nutella on the bread, and then do road and boy get dash overboard. You feel me? Yeah. Well, I have to have a look at tea. I have sugar, I have water. I could have made some sugar water tea, but I really like sugar like that. Anyway, as mentioned yesterday, let's call it laid off. I've gotten laid off from my job. I will be paid up until the end of the year, but as of January, I don't have a job. I have been applying for jobs, and it's not been very successful. I even applied to companies that I used to work for a different department. I used to work in retail banking. I applied to the same company, but to work in back office. Back office. I don't even know if it would have been called back office because I'm not supporting front office. It's just a whole completely different department dealing with completely different things based on my current experience. I got a rejection letter. I just feel like I just scamming and note for right resume. Let me use ChatGPT and help me, but not work. So I forgot to figure something out. So anyway, I feel like I went as far as interviewing for 2 jobs. One of them pay up to 150,000. You have to negotiate your rate. And the other one pay up to 90,000. I feel like I did skill it, they ask me how much more. I'm gonna tell them mostly 90,000 or 92,000 or something like that. Which in my opinion, right about now, I'm in my 6-figure era. Like $90,000 less than what I really want. You feel me? But you don't know what them feel like, say them not have $90,000 for give a girl, for give the kid. So I didn't get the job. And I also think, racial preference had something to do with it. I'm not screaming discrimination or anything like that, but people like to work with people who they like, and people like people who look like themselves. And I feel like the first job that pays up to $150K, I didn't see not one person of color. Would I be? Maybe I see an Asian and them not count because Asian just go through life for the most part. Right? But me never seen a South Asian. Me never seen a black smarty. Me never seen a Hispanic. All I saw were white people. And that's fine. If that's, you must know why you curate your staff the way that you do. Maybe if I go there, maybe them not gonna feel like them can, be themselves or whatever. Maybe they make certain jokes where them can't go make them more of me. Oh no, I don't know, me not accuse them, but me get it. But that's my theory. I feel like the first one, I think they just kind of were looking for something out of what I said to say that's why they didn't hire me. So I told them that I like structure. They said that, well, this job not a structure, so you're gonna do great somewhere else. And they might be correct, but I don't feel like that's why them not hire me. You feel me? I feel like them not hire me. I feel like them just that look for something for say, alright, yeah, And that we're gonna get a reason it. You know, only does not because I don't want to keep it white. And that's fine, you know? And then the next one, them seem like the cool kind of people would just get along with people because, and you know, but I do believe that maybe there are just some things that I wouldn't get, being that I'm different. I'm not just different from them this way, but I'm different from them culturally, you know? And I think maybe they would prefer somebody that has more similarities to them, and my differences might be a bit evident to them. But I don't think it's necessarily this, but it's more so like my personality might just not mesh with them, but not necessarily because I'm not white. You feel me? But there was no black person there, to be honest. But it's a small team. So, yeah, I kill them. But the first company is a big, very established company. And everybody there was white. And I don't think that's coincidental. But I respect it, their thing. And their thing. And also the many millions of jobs I apply for, I'm going to interview them and get. I never even did apply for them jobs. There's somebody reach out to me and ask me if I'm interview for them. I say sure. You know? But now, I said to myself, say, boy, God never ever leave me stranded. He's never done it before. He's never left me stranded. Every time I was working at a job and it was time for me to transition to something else, he always provided that other thing for me to transition to. So now, I'm in this predicament where I'm technically jobless, and I know he's gonna come through for me, but I feel like I'm not getting another job because every time I get another job, I start to focus on the job or focus on other things, and I'm not focusing on the things that I'm out here meant to do. But I will what am I saying? Never remember what I'm saying. But yeah, back to the point is that I'm jobless. I need to figure it out. I feel like God don't allow me to get another job because I want to focus on what matters. Obviously, I don't have the capital or the time to build out a show. I've been working on a show all year, but it's just not, it hasn't fully come together yet. And I've also been working on a business idea, but it hasn't fully come together yet. And they both need funding. So I'm gonna have to do odd jobs until if I get a corporate job, then fine. But corporate America clearly not messing with me. So I'm gonna do some odd jobs, you know, I'm not bigger than nothing. And that's where I come from. Sometime in a life, you have your ebbs and flows. So I'm gonna do some odd jobs and then get by and work, avidly continue to work on my businesses or my business ideas. You know? And hopefully by the end of 2025 we'll make it to top of that thing. That's how they go on. You know? Anyway, I'm gonna do the return real quick. Soon come back. Okay, so I'm gathering the things that I'm gonna return, and I'm gonna show them to you. So I bought these shorts from Abercrombie and Fitch, and I don't know if I need them. My credit card statement went over because my thing is, if I spend on a credit card, I'm gonna pay it back right away. I just want the points. So I bought these on my credit card. I was swiping, and there's a delay in how much there's a delay in it reflecting the pending balance into the balance that's displayed on the thing. So I didn't realize how much money I was spending because every time I go there, the pending balance is not shown at the top of the screen. So one day I'm just go and bust it and say, all right, time to pay it back. The amount of money when I say so I look through and see what I can return what I need. So technically, me did buy 3 shots from them with the intention to me only I could keep one, but me still did one try the other 2 to see how them fit. And them fit good. I never want to carry none of them. So me end up going to carry back 1 out of the 2 what me did intend for carry back initially. So me carry back this one reluctantly, but my button looks so sexy in this, so I'm gonna carry this back. But I love the pinstripe. But I'm gonna carry it back anyway. Me just see myself could have wear the shorts there with a nice linen top. Now me a second guess it. Me don't need it, me broke. So me carry it right back. And then there's a lip product I bought from Sephora that I tried it on and it looked ugly for me. So I'm gonna see if I can carry it back. I'm gonna make them know so I try it on. So let's see. And I heard that Sephora disposes it's this lipstick from Fenty Beauty. Can you? Now I know why these people have to put them on behind the thing. Because otherwise it will not focus. Whatever. You know, me don't tell you say I Fenty already and then if you read it. So, I get this lipstick from Fenty. The girl recommend, I don't know if she recommend, but anyway, the chocolate. She recommend the chocolate color in our next something. Or maybe at this she recommended. I don't know, the point is she recommend chocolate. But when I put it on, it look good for me, so I'm going to carry it right back. Because every mickle make a muckle and I need my money. Alright, you come in one of them boxes, yeah. I'm not sure which one, but let's see. Glass bomb, glass sticks. I think these are the glass sticks, you know. I'm not sure which one, you know. And no picture even the on it for say. Let me see. Oh, but if I look on the internet, it now gonna show me which box it come in. Twist like a lipstick. I eat this. So, mind you, Fenty packaging is it. And Fenty lip products, in my opinion, is top tier. Alright, so I'm a David Yurman shenanigans bag. One bag of different sitting. But I buy and I have to carry back this one and not that one and whatever. Alright, good. So I have the shorts, the lipstick. What else I need to carry back? The ring. I deliberate upon the ring. I think I go deliberate some more upon the ring. The ring is for another day. So this is a Manhattan trip. The ring is a New Jersey trip. Because there is a David Yurman in a New Jersey not too far away from me. So these two. Hopefully I have forgot nothing. Or I need to carry back. I'm going to just buy. Yeah. Okay. So I just found all this time I was living in New Jersey, I thought I had to go to Manhattan to find an Abercrombie and Fitch. I didn't realize that there was one in New Jersey, at least close enough to where I live. So I found a mall, a Westfield mall in New Jersey. So I'm gonna go to Abercrombie and Fitch to return the shorts, and then I'm going to go to Sephora to return the lipstick, and then I'm gonna go to David Yurman to return the ring. The David Yurman is in a different plaza. I'm assuming that and I added DSW to it, so I'm gonna return the shoes from DSW as well. So I think the DSW is in the same plaza, so I should find a Sephora, a DSW, and what does he say? Sephora, DSW, and Abercrombie and Fitch. I should find that in this mall. So let's see. I didn't video them all, as in walking in, but I'll get used to the vlogging thing at some point. So I'll catch you guys in a moment. Alright, we are here. Woot woot. This is Abercrombie? This is not Abercrombie. This is Abercrombie. Wow, they look bougie right now. Okay. Well, yeah, so anyway, I was about to say that they are very strategic in how they put this place together. They have all the stores that I like within, like, next to each other. So there's a Gap next to an Aritzia, next to a Zara, next to a Madewell, next to a, I forgot, but all of the stores are next to each other. So now we're going to J. Crew just to look at what they got. I only shop online because I only shop online for the most part. But I like to go into the stores to try on their clothes to see. Oh, Nora, a candle boutique. This is cute. It's got a nice like, Indian store. I'm going to go look. But what was I gonna say again? I forgot. Yeah, I like to come and try on their stuff to see how they fit, so that when I'm buying online, I reduce the chances of having to return them. The next stop is David Yurman. So we are going to make a return because I ain't got no money. So we're gonna make a return of the ring that I bought. But yeah. So I not too long came home from a long day of doing a whole bunch of stuff. So I did some returns and stuff. I went to David Yurman to return a ring that I bought because I don't have a job, so I cannot afford the ring anymore. um Etc. And I went to, so there is a job that I could do in the meantime while I figure out my life. The challenge with that job is that the people that I would be working for have issues and they will drive anybody crazy. So imagine me being there Monday to Saturday. I only get Sundays to myself. I don't think I would be able to make it out. And I said to myself, well, I don't have anything else better to do right now. I don't have another job. The thing is, I was talking to my friend earlier today, and she was suggesting that, I have to do two jobs and, whatever. Listen, it's not that I think that I'm better than that, but I physically cannot do it. I've been there, I've done that. And I honestly believe that if I go back to doing two jobs, I'm gonna die. I'm not joking. I don't have a lot of energy, including like being awake. You know, if I exert myself for 5 minutes, I'm exhausted and I need to take a nap. And it's not because I'm lazy. Something is wrong. I just don't know what it is. Just like, a couple years ago, I noticed that I had been having neurological decline and I was struggling a bit in college and I didn't know why. I suspected that the house that we lived in had mold, but because we couldn't do anything about it, it's not like we could afford to move at the time. We couldn't afford to move. What are we going to do even if we find out that the place has mold? Like, what are you going to do about it? So I just ignored it, but I felt like that apartment had mold. There were bubbles in the walls, which means that there was water in the wall. Fast forward to years later, the neurological decline increased, and then I had other issues. And then one day I developed eczema. I went to figure out where the eczema came from. Um, and long story short, the eczema led me trying to find out where the eczema came from, led me to go and check my HVAC, which my HVAC had just been broken, and the guys came and opened the HVAC. And when I looked into the HVAC thing, I don't know if it's the HVAC, but apartment buildings, they have this big old AC that's built into the apartment. That's what I'm calling the HVAC. It's probably not an HVAC. Whatever it is, it provides heat and AC. That thing. I looked in it. They took off the cover and they left it. They kind of placed it back on, but they didn't screw it on. So I removed the cover and I looked in it and I saw some black stuff. And I was like, I wonder if this is mold. At first, when the guys removed, I thought it was dirt. But it was when the HVAC started doing its thing and I breathed in from that, then I developed eczema. So I called the landlord and I said, I've been very sick, right? I had been having real excruciating itches and hives and stuff all over my body. It was horrible. I still have a scar from one of the patches that was very itchy on my leg. And I called the landlord and I told them, oh, no, nothing is wrong with my apartment. Whatever's happening to you has nothing to do with my apartment. I said, well, can you still do a mold testing? Because I think I found some mold. And I think that's why I'm sick. No. So I went and I did mold testing myself. I put it on my credit card. And I tested the apartment. And it came back with the one place that they swabbed. It came back with 2 different types of mold. And they also did mold testing in the air. 2 different types of mold. Stachybotrys and aspergillus or something like that. Some asper something mold. The asper something mold was in the air and the concentration was way beyond. It was like 50 million times what it's supposed to be. Right? The number that it's supposed to be, because how they measure what is normal is they compare it to what's outside to versus what's inside. What was outside, the number was 13. The number of count that they got inside in that whatever area was 5,000 and something. So that apartment had a lot of mold. And then the swab down at the bottom was Stachybotrys. That's in the AC thing that's blowing out, and I'm breathing that in. Black mold. Black mold kills people. So to trace it back to what I'm saying is, I was experiencing cognitive issues. I can't concentrate. I can't comprehend simple things. I'm like, yo, what's happening to me? Like, I'm slow. I have issues talking and explaining, putting my thoughts into words. Like, I'm having all these issues. And I'm wondering where these issues are coming from. And then when I researched the effects of black mold causes cognitive impairment. You can die from black mold, but it causes eczema. It causes all kind of issues. It causes sleep problems, causes respiratory problems. You can develop fungus in your brain, but also it causes cognitive decline. Now, that experience in that apartment, I think, was to tell me that I was continually being exposed to mold. But I had been exposed to mold before I even moved there, because I had been exposed to mold in that very first apartment, but we couldn't afford anything better. And that's when I started to develop cognitive issues. I don't know how this topic came up about cognitive issues, because I was talking about job and stuff. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. The topic came up because I was saying that I don't have a lot of energy and I don't know why. So I gave that backstory to say that I realized that I had some cognitive challenges and I didn't know why. And it took me a very long time to recognize that it was gradual mold exposure that caused the cognitive decline or impairment that I was experiencing. So I'm just saying that whatever is causing this feeling of lack of energy, I know that something is wrong. I just don't know what is wrong. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, back to the job situation. Um, I went and I spoke to these folks that needed help in a particular area in their life. But after that meeting, I don't think I can do it. Like, I was gonna push through and do it, not because I have a problem being a, but because of who I'm working with. You know, people who have issues, but they don't realize them have issues. I'm gonna feel like them. I think they know they have issues, but they just like to project their issues on other people. And I was gonna power through it, but tonight, you know, in my conversation and trying to, you know, be able to develop a strategy to work with them, I just realized that some people, they just are not work withable. Certain people you just can't work with. So I declined the job. I came home and I thought about it and I ran it by some people and they said, "Boy, my girl, your mental health is not worth it." So I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna decline it. Don't know what happened to me. Like, if me go in a detail the situation, you will understand, but I'm not gonna do that. But me not think me can do the job there. And the nothing wrong with the job is the people. The people, I think me can manage. I'ma just feel hopeless, you know? I feel hopeless. I feel but everyone tell me how I feel right now. But I go push and go through. This is very scary. It's very scary to put yourself on the internet, but I know that YouTube can be lucrative for people, and this is so scary. I like to be anonymous, I like to be private. I don't want nobody in my business and in my life or whatever. Don't want nobody's unsolicited opinions on my decisions. But it's just like, okay, bro, you know? Hmm.